Just arrived. This is called Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. That is a mouthful. Hampton, Virginia. Should be good. I mean, pulling in, it looks like some nice, modern, like aluminum bleacher grandstands. It looks like a nice facility, just seeing it from the road on the way into the parking lot. 15 cash admission. Parking's free, which is always nice. So yeah.
Yeah, real quick, also a quick reminder to all our fans, tickets for next week's race and the September 26th event will go on sale this Monday at 3 o'clock. So if you want your tickets for next week or the September 26th event, they will both go on sale at the race night. And if it sells out, you show up on the wrong one, you can't get in. I don't want that to happen to anybody, so be sure to purchase for the right date. As our Marley Financial Q cars getting ready to go green here. Paint shop set a pull down pit road. Zachary Lindsay with a hard impact in the turn 4 wall. We find ourselves back under the caution again.
Alright, so back in the car after the races are done for the night. It was awesome. I was in there over 4 hours. It ended around 11, started at 7. And the name of this track again, it's a mouthful. Larry King Lawler. I'm trying to look at the sign. It's kind of dark over there. I don't even, the name is really a mouthful. Larry King Law Langley Speedway. So the real name of the track is Langley Speedway, but they sold the naming rights as I figured out what it was. So Larry King Law is a law firm that bought the naming rights, hence Larry King Law Langley Speedway. And the reason I figured that out was because I was like, that is a really odd name for a racetrack. And then inside, they had an advertising billboard for the Larry King Law Firm. And I was like, oh, now it makes sense. So there were 8 different races, all really good. That was a, as far as local short track racing goes, that was a pretty high level of local short track racing. So that I had a, So I had a major hiccup going into the track. I pull in and park and just follow the crowd of people going in. No problem, you know, get up there, pay my cash to go in. And I get up to the entry gate and there's nobody selling tickets. There's no cash drawer, there's no credit card machine, just nothing. Just several people. There were like 4 people sitting at a table collecting tickets with nowhere to buy one. So I went up and asked them where I buy a ticket, and they said, oh, well, there's no tickets available. It's online sales only, and it's sold out. And I was like, what the? Because I had looked at the website twice earlier today, and not just glanced at it. Like, I spent a few minutes on it, looking at like the schedule and the pricing and all that kind of stuff. And nowhere on the website did it say it was online only. If I knew that, I would have, you know, gotten a ticket online, which would have been a pain, but I would have done it because I wanted to go. And then as soon as I'm told at the entry gate that they're not selling tickets, I'm standing there in those couple of seconds trying to process that information. But before I could fully get that through my head, I mean, it only took a couple seconds, but they told me, like, hey, go see that guy over there standing in the parking lot. He's got extra tickets. And I was like, okay, I'll go talk to him. And I walk up to this gentleman in the parking lot, and nicest guy in the world. He heard I was looking for a ticket, and he just hands me a ticket, says, don't worry about it, it's free, I got an extra. And that was it. He started to walk away, and I'm like, no, man, I gotta give you something. Like, really, I'm not leaving you empty-handed. So I gave him a $5, because the ticket prices, according to the website, were $15. And he said that's what he paid, $15 each. He had, like, I think he had 4 tickets, but only 3 people going, hence the extra. And he handed me a ticket. I broke him off with a $5, and then he shakes my hand, introduces himself, and I thank him again. I'm like, you saved the night. You know, I planned my whole day and my schedule around this to be here. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even get to go in. And I was like, oh, hold on, I gotta give you something more. And I had another $5, so I gave him that too, because I had like a couple of $5s and then a bunch of $20s. So I probably should have just given him $20, but I doubt he would have taken it. He didn't even want to take anything. But yeah, and then I walked in with him, because we used our tickets, the ticket I got from him, and his tickets that he had. We entered together. We didn't sit together. We parted ways after we chatted for a few minutes. But he said he's been coming here for, I think he said 15 or 20 years, and loves the track. And it is a really nice track. And he asked me if I was from the area, because I told him I'd never been here before. And I was like, well, you're not going to believe me. And it's going to take a minute or two to tell you the story, but I'm from New Hampshire. Honest to God truth. And I told him about how I travel and how I, jump all over the country for these weekend trips and hop flights. And I love telling people about what I do, but I feel like half the time they're like, huh? Is this guy for real? But anyhow, it was a really good night. We shook hands and he introduced himself, but I don't remember his name. So yeah.